Hear it.
Round 2. Fight. Final round. Fight.
bracket is going to be our other winners semis. It's Yungmonster and Rewind. And again, I watched these two battle like titans on top of Mount Olympus back in Mortal Kombat X. And I can't believe that we're back here in 2025. Two of the best going at it.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Rewind play yet. I'm happy to see that it's on the Ermac. Really fun character to watch. He's got the execution to do this stuff too.
Getting first hit, and it's into a
splits.
Gento
refresh.
combo. How much is this gonna be?
If you're curious how this works, look at the top right there, the Janet bar. She keeps refreshing whenever she does the splits. You can get big damage. Not uncommon to see 600 plus if you get the full stuff, depending on what the starter is, of course. Yo, catches! Oh man! All right, all right.
I'd be one of the first people to challenge that outright with buttons as the phase was like close to the body, you know. Rewind just kind of making the read. Even there, once the phase got close to him, he could decide to try to press a button and meet him there if it's not. If you guys have seen the movie Chronicles of Riddick, it's exactly like that. If you remember how the movie ended, it's exactly like that. Go for it. That Ermac pressure, you never know. You do that backdash into the big button or come up in your face, go for an overhead. Ermac, one of the big cancel characters, and look at the range.
That's actually really effective in this. A lot of characters have trouble attacking her at that range, at least for a lot of damage. If she's gonna sit there with back forward too, but had a chance to, wow, okay, it catches twice. So in this round, just this first round in this match, we're already seeing Rewind establish stuff that he will challenge. Both if you're holding on to that teleport and also if you let it go, he'll challenge.
Ooh, we're only gonna check it there with down one. And almost getting the, what looked like 3/4 screen anti-air was Yungmonster. Just a little too early on that forward 2 attempt, and it's gonna stop all of that damage immediately. And Rewind, really since the first couple of major changes to Reiko has been on this Ermac Janet.
Okay, catches there even. Yungmonster out of there. Outranged, actually. Stabs in, big whip punish. Actually, didn't say punish, though. Regardless, it's the setup. Oh, man, let's go Rewind. That combo was not even close to being over, but it's enough to take game one.
Fight.
Rewind, who was close to being in last year, but you know, it was one of the first times where he didn't have a dominating season competitively in comparison to the year prior and then the Injustice Pro Series before that.
He kind of didn't travel as much as he did sometimes in the past as well. He did get second at CDO last year. He got 5th in this thing last year, online regional finals for the West. Ooh, didn't let it go though. Didn't let it go.
That one.
Yep.
Nice last second phase to get underneath the pounder of Ermax as well. Out of there, in there, out of there again. And the chase down's complete.
Yeah,
finally watch them dance and go, all right, there you are, I'm coming.
Open a spacing trap, nothing like that. Got him. Janet seals the deal.
And this team since day one has had utter synergy amongst them. Janet converting off of nearly everything that Ermac can put out on the screen. Look at him charging up his meter like a battery with those cancels full screen. That's what cancel characters can do.
Yeah, that's very effective. I mean, Asha's doing some of that herself, but
big time. Rewind starting to get nasty with it. Gets one whiff of that first string, and Yungmonster can convert off of quite a lot himself right there. Even just start their neutral jump kick.
No catch. Oh, and not there either for Rewind. In there. Wow, okay, Rewind takes the turn. Grab with Janet, he gets to teleport in. What a call! He knew exactly what was coming up. Yungmonster just trying to spend the bar to get out of there, and Rewind got him big time for it. 339 into pressure. When do you press the button? If you're Yungmonster here. That was the duck, or maybe just too far, I don't know, but in any case, no, and a drop!
The 2 drop, the Bavaro's gonna pick up and force the break out of Rewind. Down to 20, Young. 3 sticks of butter down there to cook with. Spends 1 to fake out.
Yes. Even chip is big deal here. Dizzy right, maybe?
Yes! And because... Unbelievable.
Wow.
Because Young went for throw rather than, I think, a more damaging normal could have done it. It's pretty close. Most single-hitting normals don't do that much, but... Gosh, what could have been right there. Rewind betting it all. We haven't seen anyone really try that either, of just watching these phases kind of happen and then just going, you know what, let me do a big bet real quick and do one of these.
He was right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Boom!
No, I mean, I love how he's dealing with this matchup. I mean, we've talked about it in game number 1, how he's done a great job at challenging at the end of the teleport, when she's holding on to it, when she's deciding to teleport. He did a really good job at that stuff. And his pressure's been great. It's not like some of Asha's stuff is real plus frames when she's in hell, but for Ermac, what he's looking for more is like spacing traps. Like you don't want to press your button and he's accidentally done cancel backdash into back 2, something like that. It could be really deadly.
I feel like this is the most that Yungmonster's ever been challenged in his own movement. Ooh, in this series so far, and that right above the ground phase and conversion is so nasty. It hits mid from that height too, so it catches people throwing pokes. Everything in between, putting on the purple. He hasn't gotten some of the eruptions of the combo, but there's one as I speak it into existence. Gets the double hit, and every time that light hits a purple stance that is on the enemy, extra damage occurs, and that's why 500 nuclear explosive damage just occurred. Woo!
Rewind.
Waiting for
it. Got the bar. If you don't know what this move does, by the way, when he turns green, if he gets hit, he loses meter, not health. Punish! Again, that's something that, you know, some characters struggle at really making a big damage punish happen at range like that, but not a problem for Ermac right there. Not the farthest buttons in the game, but he's got some good ones.
He's got that, I think it was a back 2 that's got some great distance. Just to hide that one right there. That
Right there,
over
that's
here.
the guy.
That's that soul sucker. He's about to get his soul sucked. Check him with the purple. That projectile is actually really strong. Can also convert into the Movado from nearly full screen. I think that it converts into the forward 2. Purple haze. Save 2. What's for Ermac gonna do? Besides swiper out of the air, the fly swatter. There's another one of those instances of just him kind of challenging with the active frames in front of him and catching a stray.
Rewind, taking it. Not a lot, 223. And the tech, the man's defense is incredible. Backs off. All right, you know, Rewind's got to chase a little bit, but not a big life lead here. Janet. He'll get to get in if he wants. Again, he reads it right. Again, Rewind on his defense. Yes, check. On his offense, reading your defense, everything firing on all cylinders right now. Monster just trying to get away, set things up, go back to what had worked so well for him in the qualifier. Here's an opportunity though. Yeah, Rewind's got to get out.
Look at the switch right there to go from backdash, right to the forward dash. And the swing of a button, the overhead hitting in front, behind, but he phased through at the end of what mind games exist right there, and back into the mix. Yungmonster just turned his aggression up to 11. The dial only goes to 12, but he had enough strength to get it across the line a little bit more. We're at 11 tonight, baby. It is 1-2, and this match is not over yet. Might be what's really getting him in this match again. Notice in the last one, we definitely saw a little bit more of the purple zoning here, a lot of jump backs, and then just look for the reactions with the phases that have been so effective. But there, you see, closing the gap without any success leads to this. Rewind. When he's in swing range, he is so comfortable.
I saw meters too. Again! Okay.
And that's a nice universal answer to try to call out the wake up phases right there. Jump back meter where she is again. A lot of reads you have to have against Ashra in these moments. Pressure, throw this time, and that's a mean 140. Boom! And a match point for Rewind.
It's really sick to pair that throw, which is so difficult to tech on reaction, with Janet for the biggest damage grab in the game that you don't spend bar on anymore. Yes. Okay, right. Movado's what makes that dangerous. That's where the fear comes in from. Not a punish, actually. It was Yungmonster trying to do something. It's a counter hit. Rewind. The splits. How many splits can she do?
Oh no, when keeping it real goes wrong.
Oh, baby.
Young one
okay,
special,
okay,
but
okay.
it was a reset. That was a setup.
That was so cool. Oh, rewind.
I'm gonna throw up.
I gotta go back and look at that later. That was
I'm
so
gonna
sick.
throw up.
That was so cool.
If he didn't have a breaker, that was a full lifer that we were seeing right there. And just like that, Yungmonster survives what felt like the final decision and final setup to end this match. We're going the distance even more.
It feels so good to be able to win a round like that. Obviously, he needs to win it, you know? But to be able to win a round where you got like that, where like the opponent did the sickest stuff and you still win, okay, all right, you can build on that.
Off to a great start. Around Breakless right there, getting away with 1-2 there in recovery. There's been about 50-50 on Rewind getting the punish. There or not. Sometimes gets the block if he switches the block to high. But it seems like there's less recovery. It's whiffed. No Janet. Pressure going.
Challenge. Looking for that on block. And it is punish. This time, yes. To the other side, setting it up with Janet. All right, what do we got? We're just gonna cash out on the big damage, maybe. Looks like that was what we're doing. Mounting.
It's reset again.
Nope. Oh!
It was a breaker again. This is his deja vu. Not again. Yungmonster. No meter.
Maybe. What are you gonna do, Yungmonster? How do you make this happen?
Has full Movado though. Has to work
Rewind can hang. Will he take the read? And he's right on it. Oh man, he was wrong the last 2 times, but this time he was right to win the set. Rewind, man.
End, but Rewind.
We move on now
we're getting back into
to
it.
winners finals
a big one.
between on the left SonicFox, Evo champion 1,000 times, and on the right Rewind, Evo champion as well. 2 Evo champions that we have here.
And a rivalry of a Mortal Kombat age, these two. They've met in some of the biggest stages in our competitive history. Online, offline, doesn't matter. And they have, again, going back to about 9 years ago.
Yeah, it's
When
been a long time.
I feel like Rewind started making some really big headway in the online MKX space before coming offline real heavy towards the end of it. And then has been an upper echelon player since. The Injustice 2 runs were insane, and he has to survive. Bomb City jumps back and avoids the final one. Working on a flawless victory. Is SonicFox here, just like Kale, back-to-back match.
Okie doke. All right.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah, they know
Welcome.
each other well. Obviously, it's just 2 buddies, training partners, played a million times. I will say though, Rewind did tell me, quote, he's confident. Like, I'm confident in my path as long as I play to the level I know I can. And that was somebody who must have known that if he was going to win, he'd probably run into SonicFox. So, still saying that he felt confident. Right now, in trouble.
Is this a double flawless? Meter, drain. 3 RPGs in the arsenal. For Sonic, still on the bottom left, nowhere to escape.
Still stuck. The jump, and he's right. And instantly Fox is out.
Double flawless avoided though. That's surely going to give some kind of mental edge to Rewind here. It's like, yes!
Well, he's very capable of taking this whole thing now with SonicFox with no bar. You tech down? Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, almost got
And instantly into what Fox needed.
Ultimate swinging right there, just unfortunately not going Rewind's way on the second hit of that string. They are. Winner looking for the extra cushion. Been on the winner's side of grand finals in this. Being guaranteed top 3, being guaranteed top 4 does not matter here. Win, take all.
All right, I had a chance to go look back. Oh,
no!
Maybe I'll talk about it later. We'll talk about that setup that he did. That's pretty meaty. Right now, though, it's Fox.
So much damage left on the table. Fox giving an inch, taking 17 miles with it. Nowhere to go.
Jump as defensive answer has come a few times here from Rewind.
Save them just in the awkwardness that happens on it being an anti-air situation versus a grounded hit situation.
Rewind's trying to challenge with stand ones, which kind of makes sense. He's looking for the blocks, but SonicFox has consistently buttons out. Will he here? Rewind, find the hit?
Unfortunately, the buttons of Ermac there not catching him stray enough on the second hit. Whiffing. So many problems some characters have if they put out like a 1-2 or something in the second hit. If the stand one anti-airs doesn't hit high enough to convert. Ermac falling forward right there. Sonic, another round on the board. Because of it. Safe. But checking the spaces, Rewind perfectly.
Hey! Rewind. Connection. Janet out. So the setup was that he does the whole business, and then he has Janet do a low, and meanwhile he's falling down as Ermac, and then he does the air float. And maybe he'll do an overhead or not. Oh, but SonicFox is just out of there. But you can see what I was talking about, right? Like he's falling down with the overhead and the low Janet.
Yes, first person to call it out so far in the tournament tonight. Sonic, watching this event, saw it and went, I'm just gonna, maybe even labbed it or checked it, challenged it, armor being the answer.
So Serena got hit. Not gonna be able to break. Ton of damage. Still alive. What
the overcommitment of Rewind. That works? Yes!
Nice, okay.
Into the victory. What could have been right there, I wonder if in that Gento setup, if you can get a timing to where you're coming down with the neutral punch and something from Janet that can break armor, you know, and that there's just layers there that even these two might be at. And we're not because we haven't seen it too much.
I'm sure they've played a million times in this match. You know, I don't think that there's going to be, like, new info. I mean, maybe, because Fox is always coming up with stuff. They're definitely one of the best, most inventive players that any scene has in fighting games. So I wouldn't be, I guess, super surprised, but yeah, you know, well, I'm expecting Rewind to have an idea of what to do, and you can see that he's very close to making it work.
Indeed, I was actually going to say most of the meta that I run into in Combat League is the latest SonicFox video. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, you saw a million Cyrex arenas starting like 3 weeks ago. Or
Ghostface,
whenever that was.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, Rewind. I don't know what kind of mental thought process was behind jumping in the EX lift, but maybe thought Sonic was in disrespect. I have seen some people take different risks of doing jump-ins into something fast enough to take away a gap. I think people would press, but high risk on that decision, and it has led to all this nastiness. I got a hit.
Punish that Rewind wanted in game 1. This time it worked. Oh. Very interesting to know that Rewind would land, and so the grab came. Fox here. Still stuck. Flawless at least. Negating the chip. The rest, I just didn't believe in it. I really like SonicFox's movement. It's getting outside of that back two range very consistently, and then on whiff punish to go to match point.
Just with Sonic's movement alone is what looks to be so hard to hit. Luckily caught in some massive negativity there in the bomb whiff. And we're back in a Gento setup. No! Is going to deny the prophecy. Let's see what kind of situation we're going to see with how he was going to end that route this time around with SonicFox not having any meter. Instead, just a clean pick up here, and look at Rewind finally get some offense going. We're in the corner, but drops the ender. Still able to have some advantage though, luckily. Don't see that every day.
Let's get out of the corner at least. Into pressure. A little bit. Just gets got by SonicFox. Looking for the highs. And they were right.
And it's time to play a game.
Okay, was correct. And instantly, it's SonicFox back.
Every time he tries to get out, Sonic pulls him back in, David. Is he going to get the second bar? No. It's really set up, but Rewind once more trying to go to the skies to escape, and Sonic denies it with an anti-air missile of a button. That was really one of the biggest stories of Rewind's fall here, was just how much it worked and didn't work of just holding up.
I mean, we're going to obviously count it. Good work!
I don't know if I've ever seen that in my life.
You know, there's one way to do. There's one way to do bad manners stuff, right? There's one way to be a jerk, which is maybe you could do a little stance switch back and forth. Maybe you could do a fatality. You could do a brutality.
I love all the outfits of T1000 in this game.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
That British. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah.
Spiked him. First time we got the double overhead blocked, but there becomes the mind game of the goop. And how many things you have to think about when he gets to that stage of the layer, David, gets very interesting because you have to check him with a mid, you have to wait until he's behind you, or do you check him with a quick one while he's still in front of you?
Yep,
How much distance has passed? Does he instantly spike?
Right, exactly.
The layers. Okay, dominating. Round again.
And into the corner. Kale killing it in the corner, actually, too. As Homelander or as T1000.
Yeah, here's where he's made his opponents their new home.
That makes up 4-3, 4, etc., etc. A couple of different cancel points into kicks, into low or overhead.
Oh, and once you pop, the fun doesn't stop. That was an input error, I'm guessing.
Absolutely, yeah, I think so.
Or he would have point blank block him. You never know.
You never know. Big whip punish, of course, rewinds out, but man, he's got to get back in there and make it happen. I don't know. Whoa, okay, Mavado. And that is going to be game number 1 OnlineCale. Pretty different character options now. So yeah, okay, so sticking with our map makes sense. And already. Into the corner already. Knocking the broom off of the floor.
Oh, no.
What are they gonna sweep with? Look at all these cool designs that they put into the sand. You guys are just walking all over. Command grab. Again, that very dangerous mix-up out of the string.
Yeah, in that 4-3 string, 2 overheads exist in it, ladies and gentlemen. Which means that behind those 2 overheads, the low mix is threatening twice. Now, off of both of those double mix-ups, at any point, he can also command grab. And that is where the lethality of this character's mix truly comes from and is based around. And there it is, the 4-3 string. Is it command grab? No, just let it rip. And
yeah, it is unsafe, so you want to have something that makes you safe. But Rewind's still stuck there.
Yeah. Use that really interesting overhead of T1000 with the double hit. That's chargeable. Great usage of it so far from Kale, but that was some beautiful space in my rewind. Knew the punch was going to be there, and now we get a huge cash out. Is it the setup?
Is it the setup?
Or is it
Again, that setup where he has Janet go low and he's floating up, or does the overhead attack right away from this guy?
A drop, it looked like he was going for damage. It's about 600.
Pretty
Not
good.
Gonna matter. That's going to be the round.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good if you drop your combo to 585.
Yeah.
Fight.
Not a bad day at the office. Great trade there.
That mine was for safety just in case he had gotten blocked on him. And Kale staying away, waiting until Mavado's back.
And as you see there, mine doesn't have the craziest cooldown. Mavado's already back to the usage, which means command grab's launching.
Hey. Rewind in, trying to move anyway. Looking for some commitment by Kale. Oh boy, not a lot of characters can get big normals like that to chase down Nurmak from that range, but there it is. Block on the low, man, shout outs. Blocking right. Again! Interrupting, Kale. Plenty of meter, plenty of Mavado to go up 2 games to 0.
Plenty of Mavado, plenty of bravado as well. 2-0 into the new age.
No,
It's
no
beautiful.
Reiko, no Shao. He's got to run it on Ermac now. Got to get 3 in a row as this character. And it starts off in much the same way that it has. Kale getting the hit and getting the corner within 10 seconds yet again. He's here. Well, a slight drop from him.
A drop, but the damage has certainly been done, and no. Everyone else in that situation has held onto their meter, rewind, unafraid in an 0-2 situation. To say, I am unafraid, young man.
Oh, dude, the stand 2 is actually really useful in a matchup like this. Yeah, in that situation. Far fast poke. Not poke.
And OnlineCale working on his third 3-0 in a row on this loser's run against some of the best in this entire competition. Activating a little bit of what we know from, comparing OnlineCale to Fox and how he was at the age. We're seeing a little bit of Fox factor here in loser side from him.
True. Oh, he held on to that thing the whole time. Into the Janet, always a lot of damage, whether it's forward throw or back throw with this team. Looking for a commitment. And when he happened to try it again, well, okay, Kale didn't get the combo he wanted, surely. Got corner now. Waiting for Movado, maybe? I don't know, but Rewind's there first.
Such a gorgeous proximity OS there, too. Only got him because the advancement on the 4-3. And because of that, Rewind finally has a round.
Maybe something to build on here.
If you can get a round, you can get a game. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Well, what if it didn't bleed?
Oh, wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, no. Throw it in the lava. Throw it in the lava.
yeah. Actually, there is lava in this. There's lava. There's at least hot fire that's hot enough that Havoc's face has never recovered. You see what that man can recover from.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, OnlineCale in here, into the corner.
Just
big pressure.
One hit now. A breaker will be there for Rewind. About to get a single hit. He can survive. Will OnlineCale take us on a journey? And he will all the way to grand finals for this young man. 3-0 convincing victory over Rewind. The vet looking strong so far in Pro Comp this year, but will not be playing for the West spots for Final Combat. It will be OnlineCale versus SonicFox again.